Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of the Geeky Kitchen. I am, of course, your host, Super Revered Vince Hoover, and we are about to cook a pizza to die for. What do I mean by that? Pretty simple. As you know, started last week with the Supernatural Cookbook, and we're moving into another recipe, and it was season 5, I want to say, when Dean and Sam had to gather the rings of the 4 horsemen of apocalypse, one of them being death during a ridiculous hurricane out of nowhere in the middle of Chicago, uh, an apocalyptic event, as it were. Death was there, of course, because hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of people were going to die in this storm. So Dean went there to try and steal the ring from Death, but Death actually offered it to him. And in the conversation that they had, he offered to him over what is his favorite pizza. It's a Chicago style pizza pie. So we're going to be making that along with garlic knots from Bridgerton's, which was the restaurant that the Leviathans were using to kind of like poison the mind of the people into making them just lethargic, lazy, like slubs. And that way they were easier to herd up and eat, because that's what Leviathans ate, was people. We're not going to eat people. We're going to have garlic knots, pizza, and of course, pudding. What can go wrong with pudding? Pudding is great. We all love pudding. So that is something we're going to be doing. So if you're watching this, please, as always, do all the social media stuff, like, subscribe, all that. If you're on Twitch, if you're feeling ever so generous, it's just $5 to subscribe, or you can use your Prime subscription to do that. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, hit that notification bell so you know when we go live, and hit that subscribe button as well. And if you're over on Facebook, also hit that thumbs up button and give us a follow over there as well. Don't forget, we do have the Geeky Kitchen merch now in our merch store. If you're on Twitch, hit !merch. It'll bring up the merch store for you. If you are anywhere else, just follow our link tree to find the merch. It's streamlabs.com/thegeeksandnoobs/merch. You can get the apron, which I love. This thing is to die for. And for only $20, it's embroidered, double stitched, deep pockets, canvas style fabric, wonderful drawstring that adjusts the neck so you don't get that stupid, like, weird triangle puff out thing because it sits too low. So it's great. We have the shirts, and by the way, the shirts are going to be on sale for $15 till January 1st. We just want to make sure we get them out there and get them moving. So go get yourself a Geeky Kitchen shirt. That is much harder to say than it should be. So make sure you do that. We've also got thermoses. I'm going to have one coming in for me soon. And we get hats. That's all there. There's also the new Let Me Explain shirt, the classic Geeks and Noobs shirts, the Wrestling with Toxicity shirts. They're all there. So all your merch needs, just go over to the merch store and do that. Now, Tommy, how's it going? Let's switch this chat here, figure out what's going on. Oh, okay, it's working. Making sure the chat's working. So today, like I said, we're going to be doing garlic knots, a pizza, and pudding. Now, 2 of the 3 we have to bake. So we're going to start off by going ahead and kicking our oven up to 400 degrees. Your garlic knots cook at 400, your pizza. Oh, but first, as we get the oven going, we're going to also I lost my train of thought. Oh, we're going to make the pudding, because the pudding has to sit for a bit. So we're going to cook up the pudding as we let our oven kick up. So first off, bake, go to 400, and we'll hit start. There it goes.
This better be banana pudding.
What you got against oh, you wanted it to be I wish it was banana pudding. It's just standard vanilla pudding. I will make banana pudding one day, because I make a killer banana pudding. So we will be doing that, but not today. Today's just a vanilla pudding. So before we get started, I want to show everybody the ingredients that we're going to be using. At least the dry ingredients and the warm ingredients. The cold ones are in the fridge, like milk, eggs, cheese, pepperonis. That's all in the fridge. We're going to keep it in the fridge until we need it. But let's take a look at the rest of our ingredients. As soon as I can switch the camera. Now, as you can see, there's the pudding recipe. We're going to slide on down here. We got flour. Only going to need a little bit of this. This is mainly for when you're rolling out the dough. You got your cornmeal, your light brown sugar. This is for the pudding. Minced onions. Now, this is going to be a little trick I'm going to show a little bit later when we're making the spaghetti or the pizza sauce. Parsley flakes, crushed red pepper, Italian seasoning, vanilla, also for the pudding, salt, of course, Pam spray, you're going to need that, cornstarch, crushed red pepper, and just a touch of olive oil. So we got all that. So you also, I'm going to show you guys, so we got our spring form pan. Ooh, what was that? I got a notification. What was that? Fantastic Northwest. I hope it's Northwest. I'm just assuming what your NW. I'm sorry, I assumed. Fantastic NW. Thank you so much for the follow. So, one of the cool things about this is, let me show you this. This is a spring form pan. See that there? Typically use this to make like cheesecakes and stuff like that. But this is what we're making our pizza in, a 9-inch spring form pan. I'll get more into that a little bit later. This is your saucepan for your pudding. Mixing bowl, of course. Pan for your spaghetti or pizza. Why do you say spaghetti? Pizza sauce. Tray for your garlic knots and other utensils, as it were. So that is what we're working with today. So now, first and foremost, we need to mix. Oh, I need a smaller bowl too. Whoops. Let me get another bowl. And one more bowl. Now, we're going to be mixing this. If I can get this to freaking sit. There we go. Okay. Now, I need my whisk. Got that. So we're going to mix this pudding. So it's going to be, you're going to whisk together the milk, egg yolks, and vanilla. So I got to show you a trick on the egg yolks. So let me get another bowl. Okay. So first we're going to start with the egg yolks. It's 4 egg yolks. Grab our eggs. Pull out 4 eggs. Now you might be wondering, how do you separate the eggs from the egg yolk? I'm going to show you. 3 and 4. Oh, I was correct. That's awesome. I love the Northwest, by the way. Fantastic. I was stationed up in the Seattle area at JBLM when I was in the Army as a cook, believe it or not. I was a cook in the Army. And I was stationed up there and absolutely fell in love with it. Absolutely love the Pacific Northwest. It's great. Love every second of it. So welcome to the chat. Appreciate it. So there are actually a couple ways you can do it. There's kind of a messy way where you can literally just strain the yolk out of your hand. But I want to show you a way that I was taught. So you're going to crack it. And you're literally just going to keep doing this. And, ooh, these are extra cold. Going to keep doing this until you get it out. There you go. So 1 egg yolk there. That did not break the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. These are extra cold. My fridge might be a little high on temperature, or a little low on temperature, believe it or not. There we go. That's egg number 2. Ah, there's a good split. Look at that. Yep, white just comes right off. This is actually a smaller yolk than the other two as well. Come on. You know you want to. There you go. There you go. Okay. That's 3. And oh, that's one. It's going to be a pain because it broke at the bottom. Boo! I got it back. The other way is not, I mean, it's much messier, but it's still, like, this is still messy. Right. So we're not going to use that. Let me grab a paper towel. Now, I'm sure there's something I could probably use these egg yolks for, or these egg whites for. I'm not going to save them, though. Just not, I don't, it's not going to work out. Remember to clean as you go. Also, I'm washing my hands. Don't want to get salmonella. Right. Okay. So we got our egg yolks. Now we need 3 cups of whole milk. That's, of course, very simple. Slide this over. And we're going to go to 3 cups. And bam, 3 cups of whole milk. Now, you can make pudding with, 2% or 1% or oat milk or whatever, but I think the fat content in whole milk is kind of necessary. And I just splash milk everywhere. Okay. And then we got egg yolks and vanilla. So we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Where's my teaspoon? There it be. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Whoops. What? Whoops. I like vanilla. Leave me alone. Okay. Now I'm going to whisk this together. Make sure you get those egg yolks completely broken up. A little beeping noise. I don't know if you heard it. But our oven is preheated, so that's good. Now we're going to grab our saucepan. And over medium heat, we're going to be taking our brown sugar. Actually, before I bring it over there, let's set this aside. I'll leave it away. We're going to be doing 1 cup of loosely packed. By the way, I found more measuring cups. So I now have a half cup again. So let's get in there. So this is brown sugar, cornstarch, and salt. We're going to do 1 cup of loosely packed brown sugar. That's good enough. Oops. A little extra in there. It's fine. Quick rinse. Okay. That's 1 cup of brown sugar. We need a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Cornstarch is right here. And then you need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Come on. Come on. You know you wanna. You know you wanna. Okay, so cornstarch is done. Quick rinse. All right, and then we need half a teaspoon of salt. Where is my salt? Half teaspoon. Now I've got to grind this, so this is a little bit more difficult. I have an idea. I'm going to grind this over a little bowl. There we go. And we got a little bit of salt for later, because I think we're going to need it. So we're going to save this. Quick rinse. All right. So we got these three. Now we're going to put them on the oven. Head over to the oven. Head over to the oven here. We're going to put it on medium heat. So we're going to combine these flavors. The dry ingredients here. Dry them. As this starts to come up the temperature, we're going to whisk in our wet ingredients. Right there. So we're going to whisk that in a second. Let that build up just for a moment. Let me grab a drink here. Put the lid back on. We're going to whisk this in. Ooh. Get it. Get it. There we go. We're going to whisk this in and we're going to bring it to a boil. Whisk this in, stirring constantly, yeah. Just as your pudding starts to boil, it should quickly thicken. Of course, as soon as it does, remove it from the heat and whisk in the butter. That's what I forgot to pull out. Glad I remembered it. Half stick of butter. Now we need to slice our butter real quick. This back in there. Butter was the other ingredient I forgot about. You want to make sure you stir it constantly. You don't want any of it to stick, nor do you want it to curdle or your eggs to scramble. Oh, so we're starting to get some boiling going. It's getting there. Now you might be like, well, why don't you turn it up to high? It'll boil faster. You'll also burn everything. And that you definitely don't want. As you can see, it's already starting to boil, even on medium heat. Again, stirring constantly. Oops. My towel dropped. Get that there. They say a watch pot never boils. Well, we're going to put that to the test because y'all watching it. Quick one here. Had a little bit of spillage. We're going to clean that up. Again, clean as you go, clean as you go, clean as you go. I don't want to put that on the oven. See, I've got an oven that unfortunately, like the top part, when you turn the oven on, the top part actually gets hot from the oven. It's not insulated very well. So I was going to put the butter on there. I'm like, no, that'd melt it before it even got in the pan. Don't want to do that. So while this is prepping, I'm just going to show you guys. I went ahead and got these set up. Now these are just bowls. This is for display purposes, but these are the 3 bowls to put it in. Now, the instructions, if you happen to join our Discord, again, that's ! Discord and Twitch chat, or you can go to the link tree in any of my bios, and it's there. There's an invitation to join our Discord. I always post the recipes up on Friday or Saturday before. And if you look at the pudding recipe, it says that you put it in 6 small bowls. We're not going to do that. Because why? There's 3 of us in this house. So I'm going to put it in 3 bowls with double servings. Could that affect the chilling time? Absolutely. But an hour of chilling time should be fine. Again, stir constantly. Look at that. Himalayan pink salt. Good question, AJ. I love Himalayan and pink salt. I think maybe a lot of the health benefits might be kind of overinflated for sale purposes. I do know it's a cleaner salt. I do know it cooks very well. So I am a huge proponent of the Himalayan pink salt. I just think it tastes better too. And again, it could be all mental, but to me, it's worth it. I'm also not a huge, I'm just not a huge salt guy, period. I tend not to over salt my stuff or even put a ton of salt at all in my things. So, because you can get flavor and seasoning from your actual flavor and seasoning. Salt is an enhancer, and there are times when it calls for it. Keep stirring. Dang it. Keep knocking my towel down. So there's one other thing that I meant to bring up. We're going to make some shortcuts today, and I want to show these off. For one, and the recipes actually call for this, instead of making dough from scratch, because not everybody has a kitchen-made stand mixer and everything else, you can buy pizza dough. That's fine. You can do that. And we're going to use it for both the garlic knots and the pizza. Also, while I will show you guys how to mince onions fresh and all that stuff, I'm going to show you today a shortcut. So the pizza sauce recipe calls for fresh minced onions. However, you can buy dehydrated minced onions. It just makes life easier. So we're going to make it very simple today. I will show off the knife skills. Don't worry. But the whole idea of this is not to make it so you're watching a cooking show and you can't replicate what's going on. The whole idea of this show is to make it simple for everybody to cook. I believe in the ratatouille, everybody can cook method. It's all about making it simple. Looking over here, I can feel it starting to thicken up, which is nice. You're not quite boiling just yet. I mean, some surface bubbles. Surface bubbles. Getting there. While I'm waiting, I will go ahead and unwrap this butter. Make it easier on myself. Ah! Butter's gooey. Okay. And just a little bit longer on the heat. Just a touch longer on the heat. Let that sit for just another moment. I should get it up to boiling. We want it to just start to boil. We don't want it boiling. Not a rolling boil. Boil? Rolling boil. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Rolling boil. God damn it. You know what I mean. A rolling boil. You don't want that. That's too much. You just want it to start boiling. And that's what's going to cause it to thicken up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to pull this off the heat. I'm going to pull this off the heat and drop in our butter. And try not to splash ourselves. Holy shit. Why are you in the ER today, son? Well, I got burnt by boiling hot pudding. Alright. Mix this butter in.
Words are hard.
Yes, words are hard. Alright. Now, normally I would break the stick of butter up before I put it in. I told you guys that last week. It helps it melt faster. I did not do it this time, and I'm kind of regretting it. Look at that. It jumped into my whisk. Get out. Get on out here. Alright. Keep stirring this in. You're going to stir it till the butter is melted. There's a little bit of butter left. Just stir it in. Man, this looks good and it smells better. Kind of wish they had smell-o-vision, but they don't. Nope, there's still a little bit of butter in there. You keep mixing till it's all melted. Whisk that butter in. Oh man, this smells phenomenal. I cannot even tell you. Those couple extra drops of vanilla I put in, yeah, they make a difference. Ah, I think that's it. Would you look at that? Okay. Now we are done with that whisk. Now what we are going to do, slide over here, grab a ladle. Oh, yes, please. So it looks like one ladle was one serving. Like I said, we're doing 2 servings per here. Oh, look at that. That is so yummy. so, so yummy. Pour the rest of that in. There we go. Again, made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. And of course, clean as you go. Okay, now we got our puddings here. We're going to cover them. Oh, that's good. Oh, I may or may not have licked a little bit off the edge. But I don't have covers for these. We're just going to aluminum foil. And then stick them right in the fridge for an hour. And it's currently 6:30. That means they'll be ready by 7:30. Okay. And last one. Okay. Now, you can just keep that pudding in the back of your mind while you make everything else. And I just pulled my paper towels right off the thing. There we go. Clean up our mess. And here we go. Now, hope that wasn't too dizzying for you people. Okay, let's move this aside. So, now it's time for the garlic knots. They are right here. Garlic knots. So, got our oven already preheated. Now, our baking sheet, we want to spray with the pan. That's done. Set that aside. So in a small bowl, we're going to combine the garlic, butter, and parsley and salt. So we need half a stick melted. Of course, we're going to use our handy dandy microwave to melt it. So first and foremost, probably going to open that better. Whoops. Yeah, probably could have done a way better job opening that. Whatever. Fine. A little spillage of butter. So with half a stick, I'm going to do 20 seconds here. That was loud. Grab another bowl. Pull out my minced garlic. Let's do 10 more seconds on the melted butter. So 6 cloves of garlic minced equals, let me double check this, make sure my math is right. It's 1 teaspoon, so I thought. So 6 cloves is 6 teaspoons. That's 2 tablespoons. Then we get to our tablespoon. I have a 2 tablespoon somewhere. Aha! Half a stick melted butter. Two tablespoons of minced garlic, maybe a little bit more, but that's okay. Got that done. Teaspoon of salt. Yeah, that's about right. Sure, why not? And 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley. Well, isn't that convenient? We already had the 2 tablespoons and we went ahead and washed it. All right. We're going to combine these together. To get that nice mix together. That smells amazing. Okay, set that to the side. Put the butter back in the fridge. Put the minced garlic back in the fridge. I think I might need it, but yeah, I need it for the pizza. Duh. All right, now let's grab one of our pizza doughs. And we're gonna pop this bad boy open. Peel in direction of arrow to remove label. Use spoon at seam. Twist can to open. I don't use a spoon. Here we go. Oh, wait. I just want to slightly dust this with flour. Just ever so slightly. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got this. Grab our handy dandy rolling pin. And this is going to keep sliding in it. Wow. Okay. I'm having to do this one-handed because this cutting board wants to slide. All right. Okay. We're getting there. You know what? That's fine. We can stretch it to make it uniform. That's fine. Now, it says to cut it into 12 or 14 even strips that are approximately 5 inches long by about an inch thick. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We got 10 out of it. It might be a little bit thicker than I wanted. That's fine. Now, you're going to take them and you're literally going to tie them in a knot. Tie them in a knot, just like that. And take the ends and tuck them under, and boom, garlic knot. Place these on the pan. Oh wait, did I skip a step? I did. You're supposed to brush them with the mixture first. Can I undo this? Yeah, look at that. Yay. Okay. Grab our brush and our bowl. It's okay. It's a little messy. Messy is fine. Just gonna brush it on there. Now you're only brushing half of this mixture on there because you're gonna brush them again during the bake. Okay. Now we go back, tying them in a knot. This one's gonna be terrible, but that's okay. Grab these, tie them in a knot, and tuck it underneath. Flip it over. And tuck them underneath. They're not going to be the prettiest, like, Boy Scout knots you've ever seen. Who cares? All that matters is that they taste good. That is all that matters. I mean, you do eat with your eyes before your mouth. Yes, yes, I've heard it all. But when they bake up, they'll look like garlic knots. Also, you're tucking the ends in, keep them from sprouting out. That's kind of important as well. And take it, you're going to tuck in the bottom. That way they don't come apart while they're baking. And if you made this dough from scratch, instead of laying it flat like this, you would roll each one of these. But because you're using a store-bought pizza dough, it's flatter. All right. A nice little fat boy here. There we go. Okay. Let's wash our hands real quick. Okay. Now, space them out. They're going to bake for 10 minutes. We're going to take them out at 10 minutes. A second here. We're going to take these out at the 10-minute mark, brush the rest of the mixture onto it, and bake them for another 6 to 8 minutes. So let's get them in there. In there. Timer. 10 minutes. Oven light on. Timer is going. Now, while that's going, we're going to make our sauce. So, we're going to switch to the pizza recipe. Guys are getting a little preview of what's to come, other stuff we're going to try. Okay, so to start, we're going to start with our sauce. Now, like I said, normally it would call for a small onion minced up, and you have to cook that off with the garlic cloves that are also fresh. Since we're cheating the system a little bit, we're going to have to be able to skip that step. We're going with minced. Where is my... Why can I not? Boom. Minced onions. Okay. So we're going to go right to the... So we're going to need our tomatoes. 28-ounce can, crushed tomatoes. We need that. We're going to need our minced onion. We're going to need a tablespoon of that. We're going to need a teaspoon of salt. Got our salt right here. 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. We got that right here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm really going to grab my pan. We're going to mix this all together before we stick it on the thing. Now, it even tells you that ideally, the longer the sauce has to cook, the better. Even if you made it like a day before and let it sit. And that's pretty common with tomato-based sauces. The longer they sit, the better they are. That's why spaghetti always tastes better the next day, or lasagna or anything like that. All right, crushed tomatoes. Okay. Grab this very sharp lid. Can in the trash can. Okay, we need a tablespoon of minced onion. If we go over, no big deal. Love onions. That's not a big deal. This calls for 4 cloves of garlic, so that's 4 teaspoons of garlic, which is a tablespoon and a bit. Yeah, it's a little bit over. You know what? Tablespoon and a half. Let's do that. Because why not? Who doesn't love garlic? It's a little bit extra, but who cares? It'll be good. And 1 teaspoon of salt. I am literally going to eyeball this. Okay. Teaspoon of Italian dressing. Where is my teaspoon? This is 2 teaspoons, but that's okay. And we're going to kind of eyeball it. There we go. And then red pepper flakes. Half a teaspoon of that. That's about right. Okay. So, here we go. With our burner still warm from the pudding, we're going to get this going quickly. Bring this over. Before we bring it down to a simmer, I just want to heat it up a bit. Mix everything together. I think this might need a little bit more onion. Nah. Alright. That is good and stirred up. Now it says to let it simmer on low. I'm going to put it between 1 and 2 for about 30 minutes. We can let it sit longer. We're going to go ahead and make our pizza dough and everything. I'm actually going to roll the pizza dough right out on the counter. I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to roll this out right on the counter. Now, one thing you want to do is sprinkle there's the cornmeal. You want to sprinkle this on the bottom of the spring form. It says 2 teaspoons. Okay. Now I go with the enriched yellow cornmeal because I like the color, that kind of golden color you get. Get off the edges. Okay. So we're going to set this aside. And we're going to make the dough. Again, we're going to lightly flour. Grab our other pizza dough. Grab our other pizza dough. Grab our other pizza dough. We need spoons. There we go. Untwist it. Pull that out. Now it says we want to roll it into about a 12-inch circle. Except for this is square. So good times. But we definitely want to make sure it's uniform, and we're not really getting that there, so we're going to... Actually, you know what? Make it into a ball, like you would pizza dough. I used to work at a Hungry Howie's. Now we got round dough. Nope. I'm going to put flour on your roller too so it doesn't stick. All right, we got a minute left before we got to pull out those other ones, which is fine. Oh, we're getting a little oblong there. That's okay. Keep bumping this. We'll go the old-fashioned way. Ooh, it busted a hole. Unfortunately, when you use You don't make your own dough, you can't judge the quality completely. But I'll show you a trick to seal that up. Definitely not at 12 inches yet. It doesn't seal up on its own. Let's press it down. Alright, garlic knots are beeping. We'll come back and finish this. Turn that off. Handy dandy oven mitts. Ooh. Ooh, boy, those bad boys are big. That's some garlic knots right there, babies. Yeah. Oop. Almost dropped that. Now the butter did stiffen up a bit. But as you brush it on, of course these are hot, so it'll melt. See, some of these I didn't tuck enough and they already popped out. But that is okay, because again, it doesn't have to be uniform, it doesn't have to be super pretty.
Remember, if you are a part of our Discord, you can follow along with Super Beard as well as all our other content. I think your audio is out.
Check 1, 2. Is that better? Check 1, 2. Okay. All right. Audio's good. Now, wonder why that turned off. That was weird. Like I was saying, it doesn't always want to be cooperative. That's going to happen. Don't let that defeat you. You're just going to make it work. Okay? Pinch that off. Okay. So, next thing we're going to do is the mozzarella. Let's grab our other cold ingredients. Pepperoni, this and that. Now, we're not ready to completely make this just yet, because like we said, we want that to sit for at least 30 minutes. But we can go ahead and get the rest of this done and stick it in the fridge for a little bit while that cooks up. So, unlike a traditional pizza, which is sauce first, cheese last, the Chicago-style pizza is cheese first. I don't know why my mic keeps cutting off. I did charge it. It's cutting off. It's still on. What the? I may have to go grab a backup mic. Let me go grab my backup mic. All right, can you guys hear me? I'm asking like I can see the chat. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Perfect. Okay. Clip that back on. Throw this in the trash. Now I know it's a lot of pepperoni in that pizza, but hey, it's what it called for. It's what we're going with, and I think it's going to be good. Oh, those garlic knots are done, baby. Now let's get the oven to 425 because that's on 425. Now, before I put the pizza sauce on here, let's take a look at these garlic knots. Aren't they beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The sauce is looking good. I think we can go ahead and put it on the pizza. Well, we got, you know what? We still got a few minutes for that to heat up. So let's wait on that. Our Parmesan cheese for when we're done. Should take but a minute or two to heat up from 400 to 425. Get the air out of this cornmeal. That done. Again, clean as you go. And by the way, something else we're going to do is it says to use about a cup of sauce. I'm going to use enough sauce that I think is good, but we're going to save the rest for dipping the garlic knots in. So keep that in mind. We're done with the minced garlic. We are done with the rest of this stuff. Guess what is up to temperature, ladies and gentlemen? So, take our pizza dough right over here. Yeah, well, I don't know if I'll have any left over for dipping now that I'm looking at it. This is a big old dummy thick pizza. Yeah, we'll have sauce left over for dipping. We will definitely have sauce left over for dipping. All right. I like a lot of sauce in my pizza anyways. There we go. Before we stick it in the oven, we got to add Parmesan cheese. It says 2 tablespoons, but yeah, we can eyeball it. Well, I'm not huge on Parmesan that isn't fresh. So, 2 tablespoons. I really looked for like a fresh. So, like I told you guys, I was gonna make things easier for you. Most of the time, like I did like the minced onions and whatnot. But at the same time, there are certain times when you actually want to make things more difficult for yourself. Let me explain. When it comes to Parmesan, I don't like the dried, crappy Parmesan you get. Give me a fresh block of it any day. I will grate it myself. Not a problem at all. Now, we've got that in the oven. Stuck our pizza in there. We're going to be cleaning up here as we wait says about 30 minutes of bake time. So we hit timer. Let that start. And we'll go ahead and clean up some more. Just putting things away. Save our pizza cutter. Obviously, we're going to need it. Clean up countertop. We can get ready to plate. Okay. So now that we have 30 minutes to kill, what do you guys want to talk about? Which, by the way, it's 7-Eleven. We're just shy of the hour mark by about 20 minutes on the pudding. You guys want to see how it came out? See how it looks? It's still warm, so it's probably going to need a little bit longer in the fridge. Luckily, we got that extra half an hour. But came out pretty well. Looks pretty good. Okay. So that's good. We know our garlic knots came out well. These came out quite well. I'm going to throw these on a plate, stick them in the microwave to keep them warm. Oh, these are so good looking. Kind of want to try one. I think I'm going to try one. Those garlic knots. Give this a go. Mmm. Mm mm. Mm mm mm. Mm mm. Try it with our sauce. Oh, that's so good. There's just a little bit of kick to the sauce because of those crushed red pepper flakes, but it's a very good like pizza sauce. I can only imagine how much better it would be if I did it the day before. But if it's just good now, it only gets better with age. Unlike me. Oh, that's ridiculously good. Okay, let's put these in the microwave, keep them warm. Save that for the pizza. This can go in the sink. Just another wipe down. That's not away my paper towel. Yeah. All right. Fine. I ended up showing you a bowl I didn't even use. I went with a smaller one. That's fine. Whatever. All right. So we got 26 minutes left on the pizza. got that going. So while we're here, let's discuss next week's. Let's see what we can find in the book. We'll go this way with it. That way you guys can see the book too. So we'll go to the head of our entree section here. I like to build off the entrees. So there's the Winchester Surprise, Chipotle Chili Changa, Beer Chicken, Fat Max Baby Back Barbecue Ribs, Jody's Chicken Shaped Roast Chicken. We're doing the pizza. Mary's Piggly Wiggly Meatloaf. Well, that kind of sounds good. Death's Enchiladas. Of course, y'all know I love me some Mexican. It was a Winchester Surprise, which is like a kind of a biscuits and gravy, but for dinner. Like a dinner version of biscuits and gravy with corn chips. Chipotle Chili Changas. So rather than deep frying the chimichanga, this recipe bakes them in the oven, freeing up some extra calories. Okay. You can also easily swap the chicken for ground beef, shaved steak, etc. Okay. So that's an option. It's beer chicken. Probably not going to happen. Barbecue ribs. I want to do those on a grill and I want to smoke them for a long time. That's probably not going to happen. Jody's Chicken Shaped Roast Chicken. That's a possibility. Of course, this is what we're doing today. This meatloaf has me intrigued. Especially since it has mushrooms, because I freaking love mushrooms. Mushrooms are the best. And Death Enchiladas. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Let's get back. Where'd the pizza go? There it is. Okay. So I am actually going to hit the BRB button because I got to take a quick potty break and we still have 23 minutes. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I drank a lot of soda. But that's okay. So before I went away, I saw somebody say, yeah, the Super Bro says do a spicy episode. Those those chili chongas are kind of screaming out to me. That might be a good episode. I'm thinking that might work. Let's look at those again, actually. All right, shredded chicken, or you can do ground beef, shaved steak, whatever. Salsa, garlic powder, cumin, chili powder, oregano, cheddar cheese, four large flour tortillas, 2 cups of chili from page 49. Let's go to page 49, shall we? Death's hot. Oh, for Death's hot dog. Okay. I might just make my own chili instead, though. I mean, I am, after all, a chili champion. Hmm. Okay, so if we do this, now we gotta look at like entrees or salads or something. Oh, the Sidewinder soup and salad combo. That was something I wanted to try too. I think I'll do that now. So, okay, so next week we do the Sidewinder soup and salad combo. Chipotle chili changa. Now we gotta figure out dessert. Obviously, we did the pudding. So, hang on. There are a bunch of pies, obviously. Dean loves pie. But I'm kind of thinking that Crowley's Devil Food Mousse might be the way to go. Oh, it takes 4 egg whites. If I'd have known that, I could have made those alongside this. Whoops. That's all right. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So I think next week we'll do the chili chongas, the Sidewinder soup and salad combo, and the Crowley's Devil Food Mousse. This should be fun. All right. Okay. So we got to keep our stuff together. Got 15 minutes left on the bake. Have something in my eye, but that's okay. We still have our sauce simmering. I think I can go ahead and pull the sauce off, put it in a bowl for dipping. Why do I not have 3 of these? All right, let's go ahead and make sure our burner is off. All right. Everybody gets a scoop each for dipping. And so, no wasted sauce. Perfect. Let that cool down a little bit. Oh, well, actually, we can go ahead and put some water in here. Clean as you go, clean as you go. All right, perfect. So we got our 3 sauces there. So we'll have our dipping sauces. That'll be great. Let's take a look. How this is turning out. Oh, baby, does it look good. The only downside with the crust that didn't, because the crust didn't spread, I didn't get the wall of crust. So man, am I hoping this thing holds together when I take that springform pan off. Ooh, this ought to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so next week we'll do the chimichanga, the sidewinder soup and salad as an appetizer, and the Crowley's Devil Food Mousse as a dessert. I may rethink the dessert a little bit. I'll go through them again, but right now I'm leaning towards that. Definitely that mousse. So just waiting on this. This is one of the things about cooking. Sometimes it just happens. You just gotta wait. You just have to wait. Now, one thing I want to do, because I did notice that pudding was still warm, I may stick it in the freezer for the last 10 minutes of this pizza cooking. Well, it's not really warm anymore, but we want it cold, not just room temperature. So let's go ahead and stick it in the freezer. Microphone fell off. Okay. Got that in the freezer. That should get that nice and cool by the time it's ready to eat everything and try everything. So again, I'm really, really, really looking forward to this. And this is when baking and you're not cooking over a saute pan or something where you're kind of really controlling everything, you're leaving it up to the oven gods, and it's up to them to cook it, and you got to sit here and wait. Kind of a downside of cooking, there is downtime, um, and you're not normally doing a cooking show when you're at home, so it's not that big a deal. You can go sit down, watch a little TV or something while you wait. I can't do that because I have you guys, but I love you guys, so don't worry about it. I'm not mad at you. No, I'm not mad at you guys. Um, because it's not I love doing this, and I'm really happy to get started doing these episodes, having a lot of fun. And I lost my train of thought again. No, I love doing this. I love cooking for you guys and teaching you guys these different things and trying out these geeky recipes and of all our fun. For September, I don't know which. I think I'm going to do Marvel next month. Marvel's a bit of a complicated book. Um, it's got some big recipes in there. We're gonna have to really nitpick through that one because some of those are like the Thor's hammer steak. It's a 2 foot long tomahawk steak. Like $90 a person, man. I'm not doing that. So we'll go through it. We'll figure it out. But so that's September. October, I got a fun one. October we're doing Ghostbusters. So that's awesome. Like Ghostbusters, we're gonna have a lot of fun with. There's some really cute, fun, decorative stuff, and I'm a big food artist guy. I love carving things. So I'm gonna do that. I'm probably gonna carve a pumpkin for the one of the episodes as well. So that'll be cool. Um, then November we're gonna do the God of War book leading up to Thanksgiving. Just because I think there's a lot of like nice, like really earthy, really fun multicultural recipes in that book. And the book itself is pretty damn awesome because it's told through the as if you're reading Tyr's journal about food. Tyr is the Norse god of war and a big character in God of War Ragnarok. So it's as if you're reading his journal about his travels to the different realms, of, the different areas of the nine realms, and learning about their food. Um, Also, there's a really cool bit where they have seasoning blends for each region, and they teach you in the beginning of the book how to blend those and make enough for multiple recipes, so that instead of having to measure everything out every single recipe, you could just be like, you need this much of this blend. So it makes it easier on you. That's really cool. And then December, oh, we're gonna do Harry Potter because it's Christmas. And those movies, a lot of them take place around Christmas. This makes sense to me. I'm really looking forward to try to make my own butter beer. I also, thanks to my best friend, have the Harry Potter baking book. So we might take some extra steps and bake some stuff as well. So I may do those as maybe like a supplemental YouTube episode. Maybe. We'll see. That'll be fun. And I've wasted 8 minutes. Yay. But yeah, no, it'll be great. Um, So if there's anything else you want, like if there's any other cookbooks you know about, of course there's the D&D cookbook, there's the Lord of the Rings cookbook. I still got to get those. There's all, I mean, there's hundreds of thousands, if not, of different ones. I'm sure there's all kinds of these, geeky fandom cookbooks. So there's a lot we can do. Um, It'll be a good time. My feet are killing me. I need to buy those kitchen mats. I'm not meant to be on my feet this much. I'm old and fat. Should be sitting down. Why I put a couch in my studio so I could be lazy. This isn't lazy. No, but I love what I do, and I love cooking. And I've wasted one more minute. We've got 7 minutes. Let's check on it. Actually, why don't you come along? Undo. Go. All right. Let's take a look. Oh, it's looking yummy. Okay. Close that back up. The hell? The phone is ringing at the house. Yes, I have a house phone. Came as part of the internet cable package. And for some reason, people call it, which is dumb. Don't call my house phone. All right, we got 5 minutes left. But I'm kind of thinking maybe we can pull it now. Let me check something. Let's look at the recipe book. It says bake for about 30 minutes until golden brown. Now, because we didn't get those sides to pop up like we wanted to, it might be okay to go ahead and pull it now. I realized too, I want to do the Instagram thing and get the pictures. No, you know, let's do that first. Y'all can watch me do the pictures. So it's time for pictures. Oh, my hands are shaky. Okay. warm. Let's take the pudding. By the way, there's also alcoholic drinks in here, but I don't know if I can get away with doing alcoholic drinks on stream. Oh, pudding skin. Let's test this out. I'm so glad I did that extra vanilla. It's still warm. I'm going to put it back in the freezer in a minute, but get our pudding pick. Okay. Back in the freezer. Yeah, kind of had a feeling that because we didn't do them in a single small individuals like that, it was going to take longer to chill. It's just science. All right, the pizza is next. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it now. It says it's got 2 minutes left. I think it's ready. It smells ready to me. Oh, it definitely smells ready. Can y'all see that? I'm so debating whether or not to take this out. Well, I guess I am. Yeah, I probably could have pulled it at the 5-minute mark. That'd have been fine. That's all right. Turn the oven off for safekeeping. But there it is. Actually, let's put this bad boy on a plate. Oh, don't you fall. There we go. Okay. Yes, I just slid it off the plate, but I did it on purpose because we're going to cut it. Oh, this is not cutting. Pizza cutter is not doing the job. No, I got it. I'm trying to think of the best way to cut this into 6 pieces. I don't know why my math isn't working. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah, I probably should have pulled it earlier. That dough's a little burnt on the edges, but that's all right. Okay. Come on. All right. Come on. Break. Okay. Hot, 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 hot. Yeah, I can go on my plate. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be it. Get one final picture here. Okay, now, you guys take a look at this. Take a look at this pizza. Oh, so yummy. Take a look at that. Knocked my microphone off. That's how excited I am. All right, so let's take this bite. Look at that cheese pull. Oh my god, that is so good. Mmm. Guys, we killed it. Once again, we killed it. That is so, so good. Whew. So there you have it. The To Die For Chicago pizza. The garlic knots from Supernatural, as well as the pudding. All done for you, ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait to eat this. This is going to be so good. Thank you so much for tuning into the Geeky Kitchen episode 2. Make sure you do all the stuff on social media. Make sure you hit up that merch store, get yourself a Geeky Kitchen shirt. And as always, keep cooking, man. It's great. See you guys next week. Peace.